In this section, we will cover characteristics of reviews, starting with some basic definitions and comparing types, then going into more detail by looking at the advantages, limitations, and myths of reviews. Narrative reviews, also called literature reviews, aim to summarize the critical points of the current knowledge of a particular topic. There are various reasons to write a literature review, such as an introduction to a study, demonstrating how a study fills a gap in research and comparing it to other research. Lit reviews can also be written as a separate work to organize a topic and or describe variables influencing a particular issue or problem. A systematic review is a research method that aims to answer a question by analyzing studies meeting a specified criteria. Put another way, it is a study of studies. To answer this question, there are 5 main steps: define, search, select, appraise, and synthesize. We will be going over these steps again later in this module, then focusing on each one with its own module. Throughout these steps, there are 3 main principles: transparent, describing all methods; following standards and evidence-based practices; and finally, minimizing bias by being rigorous and systematic with each step of the process. A meta-analysis is a statistical method which combines data from studies. While meta-analyses usually start with a systematic review to find the studies to combine the data, it does not need to. In addition, many systematic reviews start with the intent to combine data in a meta-analysis, but once collected and the tests are run, it is shown that the data cannot be synthesized with a meta-analysis. When comparing the 2 review types, systematic reviews are a scientific approach to a review article, while a narrative review is more subjective, depending on the author's choices. Methods are clearly described and reproducible in systematic reviews, with the criteria, databases searched, and selection methods detailed, while narrative reviews do not explain the methods and the review cannot be replicated. Let's look at some specific examples, which all focus on reading. This first article is a narrative review. Notice that the abstract is not broken down into objectives, methods, and results, as most scientific articles are. Although it does mention searching the literature, the number retrieved and selected is not explained. The next example is a systematic review, which is conveniently added to the title. It has a structured abstract describing the criteria, places searched, selection method, number of articles retrieved, and so on. This is a meta-analysis. Although it does not describe the resources searched, it does detail the methods of combining the data from the included studies. There are several reasons why reviews are needed. First, there is too much literature out there for any one individual to assess and synthesize in order to keep up with important knowledge in a field. Well-done reviews demonstrate biases and other issues with individual studies, identify gaps in research, provide evidence for decision-making, and help in planning new interventions. Reviews help when planning new studies so that they are appropriate and relevant in the context of the current evidence. There are also limitations of reviews. One criticism of reviews is that often the results are inconclusive. In addition, there may be little to no studies on a topic, or the studies may be of poor quality. From the reviewer's point of view, it is disappointing when practice does not change because evidence has been discovered showing that one method or intervention is better than the others. In a 2001 article, Pettigrew listed 7 myths of systematic reviews. One that I hear from time to time is that systematic reviews are the same as ordinary reviews, only bigger. Throughout these modules, I think you'll quickly see that this is very untrue. While in the past, reviews tended to include a wide variety of procedures, the methods are continuing to improve and guidelines are available. Reviews can include any type of study, from randomized controlled trials to qualitative studies, and are not a substitute for conducting high-quality primary studies. In fact, reviews depend on these high-quality studies to provide the best evidence by combining the findings of all the studies to provide the most complete view of a certain topic or intervention. Systematic reviews do not need to include statistical synthesis or be done by experts in systematic reviews. However, consulting experts on various areas as they come up in the process is recommended. Also, it is important to work with experienced librarians for support in selecting resources, searching databases, and managing data.